Fishing in Texas. Some of the best fishing in the country. Fishing in Texas is fantastic, with a wide variety of freshwater and saltwater opportunities. Whether you're after largemouth bass in lakes or redfish on the coast, Texas has some of the best fishing in the country. Best places to fish in Texas. Freshwater fishing. 1. Lake Fork, the best lake in Texas for trophy largemouth bass. 2. Sam Rayburn Reservoir, another top bass fishing lake, great for tournaments. Best places to fish in Texas. 3. Toledo Bend Reservoir, on the Texas-Louisiana border, known for big bass and crappie. 4. Lake Texoma, excellent for striped bass fishing. 5. Falcon Lake, a hidden gem for massive bass, located near the Mexico border. 6. Caddo Lake, a beautiful, swampy lake with great fishing for bass and crappie. 7. Lake Conroe, good for bass, catfish, and hybrid striped bass. Best places to fish in Texas. Saltwater fishing. 1. Galveston Bay, great for redfish, speckled trout, and flounder. 2. Port Aransas, a prime location for deep-sea fishing, targeting tuna, marlin, and snapper. 3. Rockport, popular for inshore fishing, with plenty of redfish and trout. 4. Corpus Christi, good for wade fishing and kayak fishing. 5. South Padre Island, amazing for offshore fishing and targeting tarpon. 6. Matagorda Bay, a less crowded, but productive area for redfish and trout. Best fish to catch in Texas. 1. Largemouth bass, Lake Fork, Sam Rayburn, Toledo Bend. 2. Catfish, Lake Conroe, Brazos River, Lake Tawakoni. 3. Crappie, Caddo Lake, Sam Rayburn. 4. Striped bass, Lake Texoma. 5. Redfish and speckled trout, Galveston, Rockport, Corpus Christi. 6. Flounder, Galveston, Port Aransas. Fishing seasons and tips. Legal risks. Removing them from the water is illegal, so always follow regulations. Spring and fall. Best for bass fishing, as they are more active in cooler temperatures. Summer. Great for saltwater fishing, but early mornings and evenings are best for freshwater. Winter. Good for crappie and catfish in lakes, and trout, redfish along the coast. Texas fishing regulations. Fishing license, required for anyone 17 or older. You can get a freshwater, saltwater, or an all-water license. Bag and size limits. Check the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, TPWD, website for updated regulations. Texas fishing overview. Texas offers some of the best fishing opportunities in the U.S., thanks to its vast network of lakes, rivers, reservoirs, and access to the Gulf of Mexico. Whether you're into freshwater fishing for largemouth bass or saltwater fishing for redfish and speckled trout, Texas has something for every angler. Freshwater fishing in Texas. Texas is known for its world-class bass fishing, particularly largemouth bass, with some of the best lakes in the country. Other popular freshwater species include crappie, catfish, white bass, and sunfish. Best freshwater fishing spots. 1. Lake Fork, one of the top bass fishing lakes in the U.S., producing trophy largemouth bass. 2. Sam Rayburn Reservoir, a prime location for bass tournaments. 3. Toledo Bend Reservoir, known for largemouth bass and crappie. 4. Lake Texoma, famous for striped bass and catfish. Best freshwater fishing spots. 5. Falcon Lake, a top spot for catching big largemouth bass. 6. Choke Canyon Reservoir, great for largemouth bass and catfish. 7. Amistad Reservoir, deep, clear water with excellent bass fishing. 8. Caddo Lake, unique cypress swamp environment with largemouth bass and crappie. Saltwater fishing in Texas. The Texas Gulf Coast provides outstanding saltwater fishing, from inshore flats to offshore deep-sea fishing. Best saltwater fishing spots. 1. Galveston Bay. Great for speckled trout, redfish, and flounder. 2. Port Aransas. Popular for offshore fishing for kingfish, snapper, and tarpon. Best saltwater fishing spots. 3. Rockport. Known for redfish and black drum. 4. Corpus Christi Bay. Offers great inshore fishing for trout and flounder. 5. South Padre Island. Excellent for surf fishing, redfish, and offshore species. 6. Matagorda Bay. A hotspot for wade fishing and kayaking for redfish and trout. Techniques and gear. Bass fishing. Soft plastics, top water lures, and crankbaits. Crappie fishing. Live minnows and jigs near submerged structures. Catfishing. Cut bait, stink bait, and live bait for big blues and flatheads. Redfish and trout. Live shrimp, soft plastics, and top water plugs. Offshore fishing. Trolling for kingfish, bottom fishing for snapper, and jigging for amberjack. Best places to find fish in Texas. Texas has a ton of great fishing spots, whether you're after bass, catfish, or saltwater species. Here are some of the best places to find fish in Texas. Freshwater fishing spots. 1. Lake Fork. The best bass fishing lake in Texas, known for trophy largemouth bass. 2. Sam Rayburn Reservoir. One of the top largemouth bass lakes in the country, also good for crappie. 3. Toledo Bend Reservoir. Straddles Texas and Louisiana, great for bass, catfish, and crappie. 4. Lake Texoma. Excellent for striped bass, largemouth bass, and catfish. Freshwater fishing spots. 1. Falcon Lake. Located on the Texas-Mexico border, known for giant bass and catfish. 2. Choke Canyon Reservoir. A hidden gem for largemouth bass and catfish. 3. Lake Conroe. Good for hybrid striped bass, catfish, and crappie. 4. Possum Kingdom Lake, clear water, great for largemouth and smallmouth bass. 5. Lake Amistad. Beautiful lake with deep, clear water, great for bass fishing. 6. Caddo Lake. One of the most scenic lakes in Texas, known for bass and crappie. Saltwater fishing spots. 1. Galveston Bay. Offers redfish, speckled trout, flounder, and more. 2. Port Aransas. Great for inshore fishing, redfish, trout, and offshore fishing, kingfish, tarpon. 3. South Padre Island. Top spot for speckled trout, redfish, and snook. 4. Rockport. Famous for redfish, trout, and flounder. 5. Corpus Christi Bay. Offers a mix of inshore and offshore fishing opportunities. Saltwater fishing spots. 6. Matagorda Bay. Good for redfish, trout, and tarpon. 7. Sabine Lake. On the Texas-Louisiana border, excellent for speckled trout and redfish. 8. Baffin Bay. Known for trophy-sized speckled trout. 9. Port O'Connor. Great for offshore fishing and bay fishing. 10. Laguna Madre. A prime location for redfish and speckled trout. Best rivers for fishing. 1. Guadalupe River. Great for trout fishing, especially near Canyon Lake. 2. Brazos River. Holds largemouth bass, catfish, and gar. 3. Colorado River. Good for bass and catfish. 4. San Marcos River. Great for bass and panfish. 5. Trinity River. Known for big alligator gar and catfish. Gear and equipment to catch. Fish in Texas. Fishing in Texas offers a variety of opportunities, from freshwater lakes to saltwater coastal areas. The gear and equipment you'll need depend on the type of fishing you're doing. Here's a breakdown. 1. Essential fishing gear. Rod and reel, spinning combo. Best for beginners and versatile for freshwater and saltwater. Bait casting combo. Preferred by experienced anglers targeting bass and bigger fish. Fly fishing setup. Used for catching trout in rivers like the Guadalupe. One. Essential fishing gear. Fishing line. Monofilament. Good all-around option, easy to handle. Fluorocarbon. Nearly invisible in water, great for clear lakes. Braided. Strong and durable, best for big fish like redfish or catfish. One. Essential fishing gear. Hooks, weights, and bobbers. Circle hooks, good for catch and release. J-hooks, standard hook for many freshwater species. Treble hooks, used for lures. Sinkers, helps get bait to the right depth. Bobbers, floats, used for suspending bait at a specific depth. Two. Bait and lures. Live bait. Worms, great for panfish, bass, and catfish. Minnows, shad, effective for crappie and largemouth bass. Shrimp, mullet, common for saltwater fishing. Artificial lures. Soft plastics, great for bass and redfish, worms, swimbaits, craws. Crankbaits, used for bass and striper fishing. Topwater lures, great for aggressive fish like speckled trout and largemouth bass. Spinnerbaits and jigs, versatile lures for both freshwater and saltwater species. Three. Additional gear. Tackle box, to organize lures, hooks, and tools. Pliers, for removing hooks and cutting line. Fish gripper, helps hold larger fish like redfish. Landing net, useful for safely landing fish. Cooler, keeps bait fresh or stores your catch. Four. Fishing specific to Texas. Freshwater, lakes and rivers, largemouth bass, use soft plastics, top water, or crankbaits. Catfish, use cutbait, stinkbait, or live bait. Crappie, use small jigs or minnows. Saltwater, Gulf Coast, redfish, soft plastics, live shrimp, or top water lures. Speckled trout, popping cork with shrimp or swimbaits. Flounder, use jigs or live bait near the bottom. 5. Licensing and regulations. A Texas fishing license is required for most anglers, except for state parks with free fishing days. Check TPWD, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, for limits and regulations. Ten of the top fishing cities in Texas. Texas is a top-tier fishing destination, offering a variety of freshwater and saltwater fishing opportunities. Here are the top 10 fishing cities in Texas based on access to prime fishing spots, species diversity, and overall fishing culture. 1. Rockport. Best for saltwater fishing, redfish, speckled trout, flounder, top spots, Capano Bay, Aransas Bay, Estes Flats. Why? Known as the fishing capital of Texas, Rockport offers year-round fishing and great wade fishing spots. Two. Galveston. Best for offshore and inshore saltwater fishing. Top spots: Galveston Bay, San Luis Pass, jetties. Why? A hot spot for redfish, speckled trout, flounder, and offshore species like snapper and kingfish. 3. Port Aransas. Best for offshore deep-sea fishing and surf fishing. Top spots: Mustang Island, Horace Caldwell Pier, Lydia Ann Channel. Why? Great access to deep waters, home to tarpon, king mackerel, and sharks. Four. Corpus Christi. Best for all-around saltwater fishing. Top spots: Padre Island National Seashore, Laguna Madre, Packery Channel. Why? Diverse fishing opportunities from bay to offshore waters. 5. South Padre Island. Best for inshore and offshore fishing. Top spots: Laguna Madre, South Padre Island jetties. Why? Known for trophy speckled trout, redfish, and excellent deep-sea fishing. 6. Lake Fork, Emery, Yantis. Best for bass fishing. Top spots: Lake Fork Reservoir. Why? One of the best trophy bass lakes in the U.S., producing multiple 10-plus pound largemouth bass. 7. Austin. Best for urban and river fishing. Top spots: Lake Travis, Lake Austin, Lady Bird Lake. Why? Great combination of largemouth bass, catfish, and even fly fishing in the Colorado River. 8. Houston. Best for variety of freshwater and saltwater fishing. Top spots: Lake Conroe, Trinity River, Galveston Bay, nearby. Why? Close access to multiple great fishing locations, both inland and coastal. 9. San Antonio. Best for freshwater and fly fishing. Top spots: Medina Lake, Canyon Lake, Guadalupe River. Why? Guadalupe River is one of the best spots in Texas for fly fishing rainbow trout. 10. Lufkin, Sam Rayburn Reservoir. Best for bass fishing. Top spots: Sam Rayburn Reservoir. Why? One of the most consistent big bass lakes in Texas, home to major bass tournaments. These cities are some of the best in Texas for anglers, whether you're into bass fishing, saltwater fishing, or fly fishing. Which type of fishing are you most interested in? Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your support and kindness. I truly appreciate it and am grateful for everything. Your generosity means a lot. Fishing is a fun, exciting, and relaxing activity. Many people use fishing as a hobby or sport also. Subscribe, share, like, hit the notification bell.